Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I'm so grateful that you've joined us for this little bit longer while tonight or today or whenever you're going to listen or are listening. Normally I have nice short, 15 to 20 minute meditations, and we're going to dive in deeper tonight. I keep saying tonight because I'm recording it in the evening, but whenever you tune in is when it's appropriate for you, of course. And we're going to just get into a nice deep meditation. So make sure that you get yourself in a very comfortable position and, don't have distractions around. Turn your phone off. Unless you're listening to it, but you can still turn the sound off and hear the meditation. And just make sure you're comfortable and ready to settle in. You ready? Let's get started. Let's begin by synchronizing our breathing. So let's begin first taking a deep breath into the front of our chest. Hold it for a moment. And when you're ready, let it go nice and slowly. And now take an even deeper breath, filling you up the front and back of your rib cage. So just filling up your rib cage. Feel the skin in your chest and your upper back expand. And just hold it for a moment as long as it's comfortable. And then when you're ready, release it nice and slowly. And now let's take the deepest breath we've taken all day, breathing into our rib cage all the way down into our bellies. Just fill up your entire torso. Hold it for a moment or as long as you like. And then when you're ready, release it really, really slowly. And so your lungs are empty. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to have a nice deep meditation. And so in order to do that, we really need to get comfortable. So I suggest that you stretch out or at least have your head supported, because I think that really helps with the meditation process to not have to kind of hold any of your muscles, in a certain position, but to be able to let them all go. So let's feel this beam of white light coming up through all the layers of the earth, entering into the soles of our feet. And feel your feet, especially if you're lying down. Feel your feet get heavy, your calves, your shins, your knees, your legs. Just imagine that all the stress and tension is draining out of them, and they're getting really, really heavy. And now feel that white light moving through your tailbone, all the way through your pelvis. Feel your hip bones get heavy. Imagine all your bones are kind of getting heavier. All the way through your midsection. Feel your spine settling in. Into your rib cage. Now feel that white light entering into the tips of each of your fingers and thumbs. And feel your palms, wrists, lower arms, elbows, upper arms just getting really, really heavy. And now feel it all come together at your shoulders. Feel your shoulders sink down. Feel it move into your neck, your jaw, all around the base of your skull. Moving all the way through your head to the level of your lips, your teeth, your tongue, your cheeks, your ears, your nose, the bridge of your nose, your eye sockets. Feel your eyes become like pools. Your brow bone, your temples, the sides and back of your head, all the way up to the crown of your head. If you've been tuning in for a while, you know that one of the things that I talk about is that our souls are bigger than our bodies. Our bodies contain our souls, but Our souls are much bigger than our bodies. So allow your body to relax, knowing that your soul is on board here for this. Your body's getting really, really heavy and peaceful. You're in a very safe place. And so imagine, we're going to kind of go through these layers or levels of consciousness as we connect with our souls, with our infinite selves, and kind of allow our bodies to get quiet for a while. So imagine that right now your body is just kind of lying in a hammock. It's the most comfortable hammock you've ever been in. The weather is perfect. The lighting is perfect. And you're just relaxing in this hammock, kind of, out in nature, feeling peaceful. And you begin to feel this sense of peace that is not necessarily because of anything, any thoughts. It's almost like this sense of peace that's beyond your thoughts. So just allow yourself to enjoy that peace and that sense of letting go. That feeling that all is well, everything's right with the world. You are exactly where you need to be in this earthly journey. You're one with the infinite, in touch with, your higher self, God, your guardian angels, your loved ones who have passed away, and surrounded in your life by people who love you and care about you. It just feels really wonderful. Notice your sense of gratitude. And as you feel this really profound sense of peace, notice that, I don't know if you've ever had dreams like this where you were flying, but notice that you're flying. You floated up out of your hammock and you can freely fly. And so you can, fly up to the top of the tree or to the roof, knowing that you're safe, that you can just kind of guide yourself. All you have to do is think it, and there you are. So it's very fun, very relaxing, this sense of just profoundly letting go. A sense of detachment, that you are not bound by your human body, that you are fully present in your soul. And if you want, you can picture your human body lying in the hammock, knowing that your human body is always part of you. So you don't have to worry about leaving it behind or, making some sort of transition that you can't return to. This is a meditation. You are in your body, in reality, and yet in your meditation, you are experiencing this sense of leaving your body and floating around. Notice where you go. You stay close to the ground. Do you go really, really high? Do you go fast or do you go slowly? Just feel this kind of sense of exhilaration. And notice now that you had this feeling that you're pushing the edge. If you were in a room, which you probably are now, imagine that you're kind of floating right at the ceiling, almost as though your back is pushing against this boundary that is flexible, like a netting or something. And you look down on earth and you see, glimpses of your human life. You see wonderful memories that you've had and places where you've been, places that were important to you or are important to you. And the magical thing about meditating is you can make it whatever time you want to. Maybe you make it 30 years ago or last year or yesterday. And just notice this sense of anticipation. Even though you're looking at Earth, you feel this sense of anticipation as though you're about to experience something wonderful. Notice your breathing. Without you realizing it or, having to make it happen, your breathing has slowed down just a little. Your heart rate has slowed down just a little. And your brain has shifted to a theta wave, which is the brain wave of meditation. And now you feel that boundary behind you just kind of slipping away, and you feel yourself with this sense of freedom, as though you've left the Earth's, gravitational pull, and you are now floating in space. And instead of being scary, it is peaceful, and the stillness is just deep and profound. So I'm going to be quiet, with the exception of the music in the background. And I want you to I suggest that you just feel this peace, feel this stillness. And now imagine in this sweet, rich, almost like a velvet screen, this rich, dark place. You see tiny specks of light coming to you, coming toward you. Not too fast, just, coming toward you, kind of like they're almost coming to greet you. And as they get closer, you sense them more so than you can feel them as this loving, loving energy, as though all of these points of light are unconditional love. And you feel them surrounding you and supporting you. And you feel such love. And if you were going to put a face with these lights, they would be people you didn't know, like the unconditional love and support of complete strangers, beings who want to help you, beings who want to support you. And as you focus on these lights coming toward you, they're increasing in number. There's just so many of them coming. It's as though someone set out an announcement. They're here. He or she is here. And you feel that energy. that love and support. So precious. And you sense that in this energy field, you can do no wrong. There's not a wrong thought you can think, or action, or emotion. However and whoever you are is absolutely perfect. You're adored, celebrated. And then you get this sense as though all of these precious beings, these beloved beings, are escorting you somewhere. And you find yourself in another place. Whether you are, however you're visualizing this, whether it's rooms or whether it's, outdoors and the terrain has changed or something, or you turned a corner. But now you're in a new place and you look around and there are all of your loved ones who have gone before you, ones who've already made their transitions into the oneness. And take your time with this so that you can just be present to those that you have loved, that you still love, but who are now in a different place, no longer on the earthly plane. And you notice there's so many. And you may also notice that your spirit guides, guardian angels are there, and you know who they are, even though you may never have seen them in this human life. You know who they are. So let's take our time with this. Have whatever conversations you need to have. Feel the love. The acceptance. The joy and the celebration. It feels like a party. And now notice again, it's as though you're being led, guided. And at the back of the area where you are is a very special place, almost like a throne, or if you're outdoors, maybe it's just a clearing. And as you go toward it, you recognize that in this throne or this chair or seat, or maybe you're even at a beach and you're sitting on the sand, But in this special, special place is the personification of your higher self. Your higher self. The part of you that is always one with God, with all that is. The part of you that is not held back by human constraints, but can be fully present in all the wonder and the glory and the power. And so make whatever observations you need to make. I invite you to truly connect with your higher self, to seek that sense of oneness, that this higher self that you are in awe of, that is amazing and wonderful, is you. The truest part of you. The part of you that will continue after this human life is complete. The part of you that is always one with the infinite. It has no sense of separation, no sense of lack or less than, no sense of having to earn someone's love. No sense of deserving punishment or having to earn good things. This infinite you knows your worth. You deserve all good things because you are one with all good things. Notice how loving and kind your higher self is. Just take it in, take in the unconditional love that is coming truly from within you. You're not separate from this unconditional love and support. It is your truest essence, your truest self. And now, as you truly connect, maybe you hold hands or just feel this sense of connection, maybe arm in arm. But your higher self is inviting you to one more place. And you notice that it is everything and nothing all at once. It is complete stillness and yet bursting with activity. And as you settle in and grasp it, you realize that you are in the presence of God. The one presence, the one power, universal life force, God, divinity. Whatever word you use or collection of words you use to describe this higher power, this infinite being, you are in its presence right now. Allow whatever understandings or concepts or ideas that you have to surface. And just take it in. Take it in. I suggest there's unconditional love and acceptance, celebration, the truest sense that you are having the experience you came here to have with approval and blessing and love, complete lack of judgment. A love and a peace that surpasses words. And notice if you feel any sort of resistance, just bless yourself for that. Most of us think we have to earn the privilege of being in the presence of God and don't realize that we are in that presence all the time. Loving, blessing, accepting, approving presence, not judgmental. Not stern, not disciplinarian, but kind and supportive. I wholeheartedly encourage you to have whatever concept of your higher power works for you or is what you have right now. So you can take whatever words I say that don't align with your belief and just discard them. And add in whatever words you have that do. And notice how wonderful it feels to be in the presence of the oneness, the infinite presence, the peace, God, divinity, universal life force. And notice that you have this sense that you can revisit this anytime you want to. It does not require an invitation or an appointment. The door is always open to you, any time of the day or night, even on holidays. And you just kind of take in this energy, this blessing, this strength, this sense of closure for something you didn't know was open. And now you feel complete with this idea, whatever it is, it's yours. And now notice your higher self there, inviting you to go with him or her and just kind of have that sense that this is real, that I am one with all that is, and my higher self has been having all of these earthly experiences and is with me all the time, is as present in my life, in my human life, as I invite it to be, as I allow it to be. And so notice now you're being escorted by your higher self back to the place where all of your loved ones who have passed away are still gathered. And there's this thunderous applause as they understand the experience you just had. And they love you and they bless you. And so again, if there's any conversation or any just connection you need to make, hugs all around, support, love, consideration, kindness, and you feel yourself saying farewell for now. I will see you again as soon as I want to. And then you find yourself surrounded by these beings of light. And you know that you don't even have to have a familiarity with these beings. They can come from other galaxies, other planets, other star systems. But they love you. They all are filled with unconditional love and acceptance and support. They want to help you every way that they can. Just feel this energy filling you up. Knowing that you have legions of angels and beings that are supporting you, even though you don't realize it, even though you don't know their names. And so you feel yourself going into that blissful nothingness that is allness, that place of peace where you can just kind of absorb what happened. Just take it in. Or maybe you don't even think. You just allow your mind to be blank. As you take in the certainty that you are blessed, that you are whole, exactly as you are. Having this amazing human experience with a wide variety of emotions and experiences and happenings. Experiencing what it's like for your soul to occupy a body, to be limited by a personality. And so now you feel that kind of sense of that veil, and you feel yourself move gently through it, and you just observe whether you are just beyond, above Earth, observing Earth, or maybe you're just at the ceiling of the room, looking at the room, looking at yourself. As you observe the choices that you made to create this human experience. Maybe you go and you visit your loved ones and see what they're up to. Just kind of embracing this experience. Feeling light and free. And then gradually, when you're ready, find yourself settling back into that hammock, fully back into your human body and observing everything through your human personality. And notice that it was a lot. And you can take as long as you need to process it and think about it, and you'll remember things at exactly the right time. And you know that your loved ones and your guardian angels and even those beings that you didn't even know before, you'll know that they are guiding you and supporting you and just there for you. So just take a few moments to enjoy being in this theta wave. See what comes to you. See if your body feels more relaxed, restored, rejuvenated. One of the most restorative things we can do for our health and our well-being is to meditate and allow our brains to go into this brain wave, because this brain wave sends messages through our whole body that promote our healing and our health and our well-being. So if you want to continue this meditation for a while on your own, pause the video now. And if you're ready for it to be complete, I'm going to take a while this time. Normally I jump right out of the meditation, but we've been in a really deep state. So first thing, just take a little deeper breath than you have been. Hold it and then release it slowly. And then start by wiggling your toes. And maybe moving your feet a little. Tap your foot. You kind of gradually move your legs a little and then wiggle your fingers. Maybe stretch them. Or just wiggle them around. Press your fingers together if you'd like. And then kind of gently move your legs and move your hands and your wrists and your arms. I suggest you pull your chin to your chest and then slowly lift your face up toward the ceiling or toward the top of your head. Maybe move your head left to right. Maybe trace a circle with your nose. One way and then the other. And before we come completely back to this present moment, I invite you to set an intention. It could be just, I want to remember my experience. I want to be more fully my infinite self. I want my infinite self, my higher self, to express in, through, and as me more often, more fully. Whatever feels right for you. Just take a moment and come up with an affirmation, or just kind of a promise to yourself, or an idea, a thought. Maybe stretch. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And so very slowly, get your wits about you. Remember where you are. Orient yourself to your room, where you are. What day is it? What time is it? Orient yourself to time and space is what that's called. Thank you for sticking with me. I know it was a long one, but my guide said it's time. We need to get into a deep sense of meditation and experience who we really are, who you really are. I hope that you believed it. I hope you had a wonderful experience. I'd love to hear about it, because, you know, I do these meditations and I don't often get a lot of feedback, and I'd love to be able to respond, you know, if there's something you want to see more of or hear more of. So thank you so much again for joining me, and let me remind you that you are whole and perfect exactly as you are, in the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as you. Namaste. Have a wonderful week.